This is the Iowa Weather Report for Tuesday, October 15th, 2013. Now our first look at the 0Z GFS model run. At 1 p.m. this afternoon, we have some energy moving through the upper Midwest and western Great Lakes. Another piece of energy hanging back over the Intermountain West and the desert south and west. But around here, we'll have a storm system departing the area with some showers mainly in the morning into the early afternoon in the eastern counties. Then we have the wraparound moisture that's over the Dakotas and Minnesota that'll be affecting the northern counties later into the day and into tonight. But then that moves off Wednesday. Could see some early morning clouds, especially in the eastern and northeastern counties, but highs across the state will likely stay in the 50s to maybe low 60s across the state. It'll be quite cool. That also looks to be the case here on Thursday, with temperatures staying a couple degrees either side of 60. Any rain will be well off to our east with the decaying front, and then another push of cooler air coming down through the Dakotas and Wyoming could bring some rain and snow there. That kind of comes through here kind of dry, although there'll be some rain breaking out in the central and southern plain states, but the height levels are coming down, the 540 line coming into the state. That means temperatures will likely be down in the 50s. Then we have a disturbance dropping into the Great Lakes. That'll bring some clouds, maybe some showers that could be mixed with some graupel. That could drop the temperatures if there was enough cloudiness around into the low to mid 40s. Sunday, it may be a little bit clearer, but with the height levels, that means we could see highs mainly in the mid to upper 40s. If we can get some sunshine, unfortunately, that would create some clouds and maybe a shower. The height levels do come up here on Monday to start a new work week. The winds also start to come out back from the south, so temperatures will be back into the 50s to maybe near 60 across the state, with maybe another disturbance to our northwest and no real moisture anywhere else. And looking at a week from today, you can see a bit of energy moving through the eastern Great Lakes. We still have a northwesterly flow coming out of Canada, bit of a ridge over the west with a cutoff feature off of central California, which has no moisture with it. But we have some rain across the Great Lakes, some rain across the Gulf Coast, and fairly dry elsewhere across the country at that time. When then we head to the extended period, here is October 26th. We have a pretty decent system in the Canadian Maritimes, another piece of energy dropping southeastward across the northern plains into the upper Midwest, and that could bring some fairly active weather, or somewhat active weather. We have a big storm in the Canadian Maritimes. A storm coming through the Midwest could bring some rain and maybe even the S-word snow into the area around the 26th and 7th. But at the end of the forecast, October the 30th, a ridge pumping up across the plains and up into Hudson Bay, and a trough digging in across the Great Lakes in New England with some energy along it. And that's really going to bring the height levels down. That looks to be in the Great Lakes and Northeast. Snow. Maybe rain and snow mix, but that looks like snow with the height levels so low, so it's going to get quite cold and quite white. Satellite image from last evening showed the storm system coming through the area. Low pressure center over South Dakota with some rain, a little bit of thunder across the southern plains, and moisture coming up from Tropical Storm Octave. Watch morning map from last evening. We had some dense fog advisories across New England. We also had some winter weather issues across the west, some wind advisories in South Dakota and North Dakota, and a few flash flood watches as well. QPF chart precipitation over the next 5 days. This goes through Saturday evening at 7 o'clock, showing rainfall is pretty much going to be from this storm that'll be exiting today. Maybe up from 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch.